It ain't easy being a Coyotes fan, and it ain't easy being a Coyotes fan living in Alberta. To the north of me are the Edmonton Oilers, and to the south of me are the Calgary Flames. And here I am, smack dab in the middle. So join me for Season 1 of the Albertan Coyotes Fan, where I talk about the Arizona Coyotes, the 23-24 Arizona Coyotes. Let's see if we make the playoffs this year. Stay howling. Go Yotes! Yotes lose 1-0 in a game tonight that I'm already exhausted. That was the nail in the coffin. I'm quite tempted to... Yeah, it's going to be a quick video. I'm going to be falling asleep right away here. It's going to be great. I'm going to start with one stat that's horrible, and then I'll get into a bit about the game itself. Yesterday, the Coyotes played the Rangers, and there was a shot difference of one shot. The Rangers had 28 shots on goal, and the Coyotes had 27 shots on goal. Tonight, the Islanders had 32 shots on goal, with one of them going in. And the Coyotes had 14. And the first half of those, the first 7, came in the first and second period combined. What's with this team? I mentioned yesterday that we have to start putting pucks on net, and we have to start releasing real quick. The epitome of that came at the end of the second period, where we finally had a chance to hold the zone. The Islanders, to their credit, did really well at really taming the Coyotes and making sure that they couldn't really get any big opportunities. But at the end of the second period, the Coyotes were cycling the puck and cycling the puck and cycling the puck until finally, after the horn had gone to end the second period, the Coyotes shoot. And I'll say right now, I am angry about it, but I'm not going on a whole loud rampage because it's still early in the season. I don't know if this is going to turn into a trend. I'll tell you, I will be yelling if this does turn into a trend. And also, I'm tired, so that helps. That helps with the lack of volume as well. So, yay! Vejmelka stood on his head. There were a couple things that I think he may have learned in this game, specifically when playing the puck, but I'll get to those in a minute here. Otherwise, he stood on his head for the Coyotes, and the Coyotes just didn't help him out. 31 saves is incredible in a good game. And the difference was, obviously, it was a one-goal game. There was only one goal scored. But you can't be relying on your goaltenders. You can't always be relying on your goaltenders. And that showed tonight. The offense was lacking. There were moments where the defense was lacking. I counted 3 odd-man rushes that turned into grade A chances. The broadcasters were saying there were 6 just in the opening frame, where the Islanders had grade A chances. We can't be doing that. If we want to go anywhere this season, we have to pull ourselves together. And that, I hope, was a one-off game. Because that was not a style of hockey that I would expect any NHL team to stoop down to. And Karel Vejmelka, for as much as he stood on his head, and the goal that was allowed by him, it was a good goal by the Islanders. It wasn't just a toss-up that Vejmelka could have easily stopped. It was something that he had to work for, and he was just a little too slow with it. But there were points where Steve has a slogan that I'm not going to say because I would guarantee that it's copyrighted. But you all know what it is if you watch Steve Dangle. It's a very famous, and not the dang it's or the hat picks, nothing like that. You know what it is. You know what it is because I'm talking about a goaltender. You come on. So there were 3 instances where Karel Vejmelka played the puck and he gave it away to the opposing team, and they had their shots at putting the puck on the net. All 3 of them were either stopped by the defense or the Islanders couldn't get a hold of the puck properly, so it was fine. But still, you can't be doing that. There was a good amount of tension. There was a bit of a fight between Romanov and Zucker, I believe it was. There were little pile-ups that happened here and there. So there was aggression. It just didn't translate into hockey that was exciting. I told you on the first game that, I think it was the first game, that I kind of used my laptop as a reference board to where I am in the video. Yeah, I don't even have it open. Nothing really happened. Even if I were to go into the laptop and look at what notes I made, I covered all of them. Every single point that I covered in this first little bit of a video has already been covered. The Coyotes sucked tonight. They couldn't shoot to save their life. They kept cycling the puck. Logan Cooley looked good on a few occasions, but he is a rookie. It's gonna take time for him to get to the status of some of the other players who have been here for a while. But you look at players like Dursey, like Kerfoot, like Dumba, players that have been around the block before. Those are the guys that you need to pull the weight. And we didn't get that this game. Even Clayton Keller, I think he slowed down a bit in pace compared to the first 2 games of the season. Even though it is a back-to-back game we played yesterday against the Rangers, you need to be ready for those. We started on a 15 or 14 road trip last season. And those are brutal. And obviously we didn't do well on them. But you need to be ready for that kind of stuff. The schedule is not kind. It never is kind. You want to ask anyone about how unkind the schedule can be? Ask the Edmonton Oilers. But they find a way. So why couldn't we? Why couldn't we shoot when we had the puck in their end? Why was one of our biggest opportunities a shot that happened from the goal line to the left of the Islanders' goaltender? I'm not quite ready to say that the other shoe has dropped because it's too early to say anything like that. There will be other opportunities. We're going to have rest for the next, tomorrow there's no game, so that's good. Then we play the Blues, which is a divisional rival. So the other shoe hasn't dropped yet. We're still early. We're still finding our groove, even though I think the way we're doing it is questionable. But we play again on Thursday. And we need to be ready for it. We need to be passing and then shooting. We need to be ready for actual hockey, not just dump and runs, not just turnovers, not letting the other team outduel you and run up at your goaltender with an on-man rush. We need to be ready for real hockey because the opponents, the teams around the league, are only going to get better. Just as we're starting the season, so is 31 other teams. If we can't keep up with their development, we're going to be at the bottom of the league again, and I don't think any of us want to be there. You can make all the arguments about having first round picks or getting the draft lottery works well in our favor, but we're at the point now where we have to stop planning for a rebuild every year. We can't be in a perpetual rebuild and expect to get anywhere. No one's going to want to come to the games. No one's going to want to invest their time into the Coyotes because they're stagnant. And a stagnant team self-destructs. And you're playing in a 5,000 seat arena with threats of relocation happening every day. This is the year you have to make your impact. Make your place in the league. Show them that you are an NHL team and one that deserves to stay in the desert. So, Thursday, the Coyotes play the St. Louis Blues, and let's go out strong. Stay howling. Go Yotes, even in the dark times, even in the rough games. Go Yotes. Thanks for watching.